This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome to Matters Arising. What we're going to be talking tonight is the no election agitation. And we'll be discussing what Simeon Ekpa had published earlier this week. I'm Asuchinodu Peters. You stay connected on this program.
Terrorist states are planning to conduct the election in 2023. Biafra people are preparing to exit Nigeria. And the exiting Nigeria will start from stopping Nigeria election in Biafra territory. So we are going to fight to make sure nobody will vote in Biafra land.
You're welcome back. This is still BVI Channel 1. I'm Asuchinodu Peters, your host. And today on Matters Arising, we're going to be talking about the agitation for no election in Southeast particularly. This is not the first time we are handling this issue, and this is not the first time you'll be hearing the agitation to end or to stop election in Biafra land. And I must say this, I've extended an invitation to Simeon Ekpa, of which his numerous supporters have indicated interest that Simeon Ekpa would love to appear on this channel. And we expect him to do so that we can have a conversation, so that we can talk about this issue agitating to stop election in Biafran land. It is not about Biafran people fighting each other. It is about Biafran people having a conversation with each other, so that the Biafran people generally will understand the direction they are going. You and I can attest to the fact that a whole lot of things have gone wrong since the Biafra agitation started in 1999 up to today. And as a people, we can't continue doing the same thing and expect a different result. That is why, as a Biafran and as an advocate for self-determination of my people, is paramount, and I'm committed to ensuring that the Biafran people understands whatever step or decision they are taking. Today, we are talking about no election. But it didn't start with no election. It started with boycott of election, of which Nnamdi Kanu introduced that way back 2017. I was standing right beside him when he mentioned that. It wasn't part of our conversation before he faced the camera and announced boycott of election for the Biafran people. And now the bar have been risen and a new dimension introduced, which is to stop election in Biafran land. So that is why Biafran people would look into it critically and understand who actually is sponsoring this agitation to stop election in Biafran land. The lines will be opened for you to make your input. Drop your comment on the chat. We can only take constructive comments towards the topic or what we are discussing tonight. While we hope that Simeon Ekpa will one day join us here and have this conversation, because the time where you just dish out issues and dish out orders and dish out comments from anywhere, and the Biafra people will take it hook, line, and sinker without asking questions, that era had gone long time ago. And as the voice of the people, and as the voice of our ancestors who have gone before us, who had paid the ultimate price for the cause, for the freedom of our people, I stand to say the truth and nothing but the truth. It might hurt you, but the truth remains the truth. So, I'll be hoping that when we open up the lines, you will be able to make your call. While I'll keep hammering it, those of you who are following Simeon Ekpa should tell him that I am still waiting for him to accept the invitation, because it is a litmus test for Biafran people to know and be sure what his agendas are, and truly if he is fighting for their freedom. Before I proceed, let me quickly bring you once more the statement, part of the statement he made concerning to stop election. And when I come back, we will now take it up from there. Stay connected. Don't go away.
Terrorist state are planning to conduct the election in 2023. Biafra people are preparing to exit Nigeria. And the exit in Nigeria will start from stopping Nigeria election in Biafra territory. So we are going to fight to make sure nobody will vote in Biafra land. So we are taking our own destiny into our own hand. We are taking our future into our own hand. And in 2023, after we successfully stop the Nigeria from conducting election in Biafra land, the door will be open. It is going to be either the exit of Biafra in peace, or Biafra will engage the Nigeria state in guerrilla warfare. It is going to last for a while. We are ready, and we have decided to leave Nigeria, and it will start immediately we have successfully stopped the election. The only election that will be allowed in Biafra territory, according to the resolve of the Biafra people, is only the referendum. That is going to be two options. One is peaceful exit, which will give room and create room for referendum, or the war option, which is we are going to decide how the guerrilla warfare against the Nigeria state will start. And let me tell you, we have gone this road before. This is not the first time. This is not even the second time. The war against the Biafra people have not ended. This war started as far back as 1945. And I'm happy to announce to Biafra people that by next year, 2023, we're going to end this war once and for all. And whatever differences we have within, we are going to sort them out immediately Biafra is restored as a nation. Thank you. This evening, I will be explaining in details, how the no election in Biafra land will facilitate Biafra restoration next year. Thank you, and be part of that program.
You're welcome back. You've heard Simeon Ekpa and the statement he just made. Please, in case you're just joining us, this is BVI Channel 1, and we are on matters arising, talking about no election as being agitated by some factions of the Biafra agitation led by Simeon Ekpa, the man you just listened to right now. We are still hoping that he will accept the invitation so that we can talk Biafra to Biafrans, so that Biafran people can have this conversation, so that we can understand the direction he is going and be able to ask him questions. Because there are a lot of things we don't base our analysis and our position on this platform on speculation, hearsay. We verify everything. And that is why here is the last bus stop for you to get verifiable truth. Now, like I said earlier in this program, boycott of election is wonderful to those who want to. It is your right to vote or not to vote. No one can compel you or force you to vote. If you don't want to vote in an election, it is your right to withhold your vote in form of protest. It's basically a civic right that you have. So it is left for you to discharge it or withhold it. So when people say, I want to boycott the election, personally, I don't have any problem with that. But when someone now said, I am agitating for my right, for freedom, my right to self-determination, and in the same process, saying that you're going to stop, not yourself this time, but others from discharging their own right. Now, Biafran people must understand that two wrongs can never make a right. Biafran people must understand that he that goes to equity must go with a clean hands. Biafran people must understand that the seed and the foundation we lay today for Biafra will become what it will be when we eventually get the freedom we seek. If we lay a wrong foundation, don't expect a better country than what you have today in Nigeria. If you lay the foundation of a system where no other person have right to express himself freely without being threatened or without being forced to do otherwise, I believe strongly that is not the kind of Biafra we want. A Biafra where threat, bloodletting will be a system of governance. Biafran people are known to be very peaceful people, and I am a Biafran activist and an advocate for the freedom of our people. And I make bold to say it. And I have been doing same. And I've rolled out my belief and that of the position of those that laid the foundation of this struggle for self-determination by the Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra. Those elders, every one of them, have left and had gone to join our ancestors. And I stand here as their voice, still speaking, still directing the Biafran people to toe the right direction. Else, we'll continue going round and recording casualties, death, and destruction. Now, to the issue we are discussing tonight, the stoppage of election. That is where the problem lies. You have the right to say, I don't want to be part of the election, but you don't have the right to stop others from exercising their own right. That is my simple position. And from what Simeon Ekpa said, he said once they are able to stop election in Biafran land, that Biafra will come. You see, that kind of statement is what Biafran people have been used to hear. And at the end of the day, it turns out to be hoax. At the end of the day, Biafran people realize they have been lied upon. And when somebody tell you, you will sleep today in Nigeria and wake up tomorrow in Biafra. My people, Biafra freedom or independence is not a miracle. It is a process, just like South Sudan went through the process. And what gain would you make after destroying the very little thing the Biafran people were able to build for themselves without the help of the Nigerian state by individuals who went through hell? What will you gain to destroy all of the efforts that our people have put together in our homeland? And at the end of the day, you achieve nothing. In fact, you will still come back to this same point where the elders of indigenous people of Biafra have been asking the Biafran people to toe this line. I'm not yet taking calls. Those who are calling should exercise patience. After this little analysis, we'll open up the lines so that you can understand where we are heading to. It is important. Some people, I have read your comments, who say, I am disappointed in you. You are no longer a Biafran. You are supporting Nigerian election. Nigerian election is to consolidate one Nigeria, as you normally put it. John that is calling us, please hold on. We will take your call. But hang on for now. When we open up the lines, we will take your call. Some people will say, no, if you are advocating for or encouraging people to vote, you are not a Biafran. That as a Biafran, you should not vote. It is your right. It is your right to say you are not voting. But it is not your right to stop others from voting. That is one. And secondly, how do you intend to, after stopping the election, because there is only one possible means, which he have already stated from the statement he made from far away Finland, that they were going to introduce war. War against who? Guerrilla warfare against who? Just like what we are witnessing in parts of Biafran land today. You kill one army, you run back. They come back, ransack the whole village, destroy everything. Tomorrow, you come out again. Who are dying? Whose land is being destroyed? The Biafran people. And we ask ourselves, those who are engaged in this, are they truly Biafrans? Or are they those who are working with the template and agenda of those who want to see Biafran land decimated? In this 21st century, there are ways things are being done. And I'm a Biafran who believes strongly that if we told the right direction, if we are able to achieve a political freedom, not independence, political freedom, meaning being able to control our political space, the Biafran people, I have admonished that the Biafran people, the agitators of Biafra, let me just put it that way, because there are so many Biafrans who are not agitators. Those who are agitating for Biafra, those who believe that tomorrow they want Biafra freedom, should come together, organize ourselves, have a political platform or system where we will be able to decide from among ourselves, choose from among us those who will be our governors, those who will be our senators. Because I hear him say, we will engage in guerrilla warfare against Nigeria until they give us referendum. Who will give you referendum? And how will you get referendum? Referendum is not gotten by guerrilla warfare. Go and ask question. Referendum is not given because you stopped the election. The ultimate aim is to ensure that the Biafran people in the southeastern part of Nigeria are deprived from voting in the 2023 general election. And that takes us further to ask question, who are sponsoring these people? In the past, we all know that the southeast have the greatest number of people in terms of population. If you calculate every city, every state, every community in Nigeria, immediately after the indigenous owners of any community in Nigeria outside Igbo land, the next largest population in those places all over Nigeria without any exception are the Igbos. The Igbos contributes to the greatest number of Nigerians in diaspora. I'm talking about the Igbos. I'm not talking about the Biafran people generally. Just the Igbos. The numerical strength of Ndi Igbo was reduced to minority because of the same madness introduced by Ralph Wazurike during the census, where he declared that the Southeast will not be part of the census. Till today, those who are holding on to the freedom of the indigenous people in Nigeria are using it to suppress the Southeast up to tomorrow, making the Southeast the minority where they are the majority. Now, applying it to governance, because some people actually wanted to push the obedient movement, the political revolution I have been preaching to the Nigerian people over the years, since even after the NSAS, that they should rally around and free themselves from their political oppressors. They are from the east, they are from the west, they are from the north, they are from the south. They are Biafrans, they are Oduduwas, they are Arewas. And I must tell you, without even me expecting that in time like this, Nigerian people will realize and embrace that truth, to rally around together to free themselves, to rally around together to have one man hanging their hope in him. It is not because he is an Igbo man, but because they hung their hope in him, believing strongly that he has the solution to the problem of the Nigerian people. And the very biggest problem of this country is the structure of this country, is the constitution of this country that had empowered a section of this country to be preponderous over others, to have undue influence and control of power and resources, undermining the indigenous Nigerian people from the east, west, north, and south. And that is why any reasonable Biafran, any reasonable Oduduwa, any reasonable Arewa would give their maximum support to this new movement that will retire the old order of PDP and APC and bring down the structure of impunity and corruption and institute a true federal system where every region will be free to govern themselves. We will have that what we call regional autonomy or regional, let me just put it, regional government, giving powers to the region to control their resources, to have their laws, to have their system under their own control. And I can tell you, that is the pathway to whatever thing anyone is agitating for in this country. That is the only way we can have referendum. So before I continue, and when I come back, I will be opening up the lines for you to make your submission. Let us quickly refresh our mind on what he said, so that when you are making your commentaries, you will not deviate. I'll be right back.
Terrorist state are planning to conduct the election in 2023. Biafra people are preparing to exit Nigeria. And the exiting Nigeria will start from stopping Nigeria election in Biafra territory. So we are going to fight to make sure nobody will vote in Biafra land. So we are taking our own destiny into our own hand. We are taking our future into our own hand. And in 2023, after we successfully stop the Nigeria from conducting election in Biafra land, the door will be open. It is going to be either the exit of Biafra in peace, or Biafra will engage the Nigeria state in guerrilla warfare. It is going to last for a while. We are ready and we have decided to leave Nigeria, and it will start immediately we have successfully stopped the election. The only election that will be allowed in Biafra territory, according to the resolve of the Biafra people, is only the referendum. That is going to be two options. One is peaceful exit, which will give room and create room for referendum, or the war option, which is we are going to decide how the guerrilla warfare against Nigeria state will start. And let me tell you, we have gone this road before. This is not the first time. This is not even the second time. The war against the Biafra people have not ended. This war started as far back as 1945. And I'm happy to announce to Biafra people that by next year, 2023, we're going to end this war once and for all. And whatever differences we have within, we are going to sort them out immediately Biafra is restored as a nation. Thank you. This evening, I will be explaining in details, how the no election in Biafra land will facilitate Biafra restoration next year. Thank you, and be part of that program.
You're welcome back again. This is still BVI Channel 1, and we are still on Matters Arising. Now we are about to open up the lines. You can call +234-810 4545 533 to make your submission on the topic we are discussing. We're talking about the no election agitation. Who actually is behind it? The no election agitation. What is the agenda, and whose agenda is it? The no election agitation, who is sponsoring it, and for what reason? That is what we are going to be talking about. We've seen the protests in the past, even in 2019 election. There was a no election, and the song, Oneto vote on Abubu Hausa and the rest of them. What happened at the tail end? The leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for whatsoever reason known to him, came out to announce that Biafran people are free to go and vote. It is now signed, sealed, and delivered. Up to today, I don't know how many people have understood what actually have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Today, another narrative is being introduced, the narrative of stopping election. When you have the right to boycott election, but you don't have the same right to stop election. You don't have the right to stop election. And that is the truth. So we are asking those who are agitating to stop election, what is your plan? Who actually are you playing his script? I don't base mine on speculation to say so person have been paid by so person, but by their fruits you shall know them and know the agenda they are playing, the manuscript. We all know from the calculation of the current political situation in Nigeria that the obedient movement is changing the game for them. And they have been accusing, the APC particularly, and the PDP, they have been accusing, pointing fingers on the Biafra agitators as those who are fueling the obedient movement. And they believe strongly that the only way to stop that obedient movement is to bring in ethnicity and to narrow down P2B as a Biafra agitator. You have seen where someone, the Mahdi, said that if you vote for P2B, you are voting for Biafra and the rest of them. Now, some people are saying no election in Biafra land. Who believes so much that bulk of the vote that will be coming for the Labour Party will be coming from the southeast and that of the south-south? Let me quickly take the first call from Sweden. I think the person have just cut. We hope he calls back. We hope he calls back and we continue in this process. So, the APC believe strongly, and the PDP believe very well, much that if election is truncated or disturbed in the southeast, is going to give them an edge to bring themselves back to power and continue with their impunity against the people. Hello, your name and where you are calling from?
My name is Festus. Hello?
We can't hear you properly. Can you speak up?
Yes, my name is Festus. Down my voice. Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you properly, but go on. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Festus. I'm calling from Sweden, Gothenburg.
You are calling from Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden, Gothenburg.
All right, go on with your submission.
My submission is, I hope Finland is behind. I hope Finland is really behind Simon Ekman. Because if Finland is not behind Simon Ekman, I don't know how you can make such a threat vulgarly, openly, that saying that he wants a guerrilla war. How is he going to sponsor guerrilla war? What is the reason behind guerrilla war? What is guerrilla war going to help to restore Biafra? How? Is Finland ready to fight Nigeria? Is Finland ready to supply him weapons? I hope he knows what he's talking about. Is he going to involve Finland into another war when Finland is almost fighting with Russia? I hope he understands what he's talking about. Nigeria has been in darkness for years. This is the time to go back to what it's supposed to be. Vote for Peter Obi. Let's see what he says will bring. I don't understand why Nigeria will continue to debate about who is supposed to rule Nigeria. how are we supposed to come back? Especially those who are going about thinking about money, money, money.
Okay,
Our children,
we've
our
gotten your submission. We will allow other people to take calls as well. Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Hello, the caller, your name and where you're calling from, please. You are live
Yeah,
on BVI Channel 1.
yeah. My name is Nkamakulam, and I'm calling from Lagos. And are you hearing me?
Go ahead.
All right. So I want to contribute to the discussion. With respect to what Mazi Simon Epa said, which I have no problem with. You know, when you have my problem with him is he is not on ground in the southeast. Okay. The reason why Ojukwu was able to have the massive support he had when there was an aggression that led to the secession was because he was on ground to lead the aggression. And that was why teachers, farmers, lecturers, doctors dropped their profession, picked up arms, stood behind him, and then held the Nigerian state for 30 bloody months. So I have pity for those on ground in the southeast who would want to take up arms against a Nigerian state that is highly militarized with strong support from Commonwealth nations like Britain and some other countries that, of course, we saw what they did during the Biafra Civil War, how they went off. They went straight into, they went strongly behind the Nigerian state against a small group of people, despite that the international media was reporting about what the Nigerian state was doing to the Biafran people. Still, the international community did not stand up for Biafra. So I only pity those in the southeast who would take up arms to fight the Nigerian state in response to the clamor for war of an individual in Finland who, till today, has not set foot in Biafra land to lead the aggression. All right? You see, we are the ones that will lose at the end of the day. We keep talking about war, war, war. I've not been in a war before, but I've seen what happened, what is currently. All right? The international community that led Ukraine to start against Russia is nowhere to be found. They do is send arms. But you can't send arms alone because arms won't fight the battle. Human beings will, and human beings are dying every day. So this man in Finland can come down to Biafra land and lead the charge against the military. Honestly, people like me will stand behind it because we need a leader in this aggression. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. He was talking about a referendum. Has there been a referendum in Biafra land so that Biafra people can decide if they truly want this kind of Biafra or not? It can't be talking about democracy and then you are now trying to force your people into a situation of life that they have not chosen. The referendum, who is going to give you the referendum? Asking for a referendum, but that referendum that should have been is conduct a referendum amongst the Biafran people to know if they want to be in Biafra or if they want to be in Nigeria. There are Igbos, it's their choice. This is a democratic, we're in a democratic station. I don't want to be a Biafran. That is my choice. If I decide I want to be in Biafra, it's my choice. So that should be a referendum for people to decide they want to have Biafra. There are majority of people who have Biafra. I think the referendum will be useful. I want that Finland man come down to Biafra, use it to sponsor a referendum. Let Igbo people in the southeast, which is the center of all this agitation, decide for themselves that they want in Biafra. I tell you, you'll be disappointed because I believe there are more Igbo people that want to remain in Nigeria as a country than his Biafra, which to the best of my knowledge is an illusion. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your own submission. Thank you. God bless you. We are still live on the program. Matters are rising. The numbers to call are right there. +234 810 4545 533. We are talking about the stoppage of the election. We're exposing those who are behind the agitation to stop election. Like I said, it is your right to say you don't want to be part of the election. But it is not your right to stop other people from participating through the electoral process. And mind you, whoever that is selling you the idea of war as the only pathway to freedom and independence in this 21st century is lying to you. And I can assure you that. Let's take more calls. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening. You're calling from United Arab Emirates. Your name, please.
This is DVR 21.
You are live and direct. Your name, please.
This is on the topic now about what Simon Ekpa was saying. That guy doesn't mean well for the people of Eastern region, because all what he's saying is what will cause more problems to our people from day one. It never mean well for the people. I don't know why people keep listening to him. And it's like he has a hidden agenda. There's a revenge. He's trying to revenge somewhere that revenge is what is the way he's putting it, is making it in a way whereby maybe a revenge will be coming through Nigeria state. But there's something, I think he has something against poor people. He's really working against the growth of that region. That's our region. And that is telling me because many of our people are not understanding. The guy has a very bad game against us. Because when he used this bad comment and bad comment, our enemy, the people that are against us, then they will use it, they will stand on his own word and begin to invade our people and kill our people more. The guy is not working for the Biafra. He's not any freedom fighter anywhere. When you say you are talking of referendum, you have to advise the people to vote. When the people you vote will be one to stand for you, before they can then even legislate to talk of referendum or not. When you don't vote, anybody at their point, the person will go there and do what the person who appoints him to do. So nobody should listen to what Simon Ekpa is saying. The guy is the enemy of the Eastern region, not just enemy of people. The whole Eastern region is enemy. I'm doubting if we even from this. Maybe I'm doubting. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much for your submission.
Okay.
That's his opinion, and the lines are still open for you to make your submission. A lot of you have been dropping comments. Maybe I should go through your comments and read out some of them. In case you still want to join the conversation by calling, we will take your calls. Plus 234-8104-545-533. We can also acknowledge those who have made comments, but any comment that is not in line with what we're talking about, I am not going to, highlight on the comment. Okay, we acknowledge Festus Ezi Egbe. We acknowledge you. We also acknowledge Bro Oluchukwu. We thank you for coming on. One love to you, and good evening to you also, as well. First to say, any vote for APC and PDP is a vote for Boko Haram and Co. All right, yeah, that's what he said. But that's not what we're talking about. Actually, we are talking about no election in the southeast, precisely. He said, Bro Oluchukwu said he's there in his comfort zone in Finland, putting the life of our people in danger. That is Bro Oluchukwu victory praise. I believe he's talking about Simeon Ekpa, who lives in Finland. And also, we have other people who are calling in. Let us quickly take the call. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for your program. I'd like to contribute as well.
Please go ahead.
Okay then. Yeah, I've watched your, well, I would like to congratulate you first for your work that you've been doing so far. You are doing a great job.
Thank you, but your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello? Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yeah.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I just told you my name. My name is Akin. I'm calling from the UK.
All right,
London.
go ahead, Akin. Go ahead. Akin, we are with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think the network is not too good. Yeah. Well, my contribution is that Samuel Ekpa, he has a point, and your position too is equally valid. But I think it's quite difficult and slightly dangerous to say people should not go to the ballot box. I know that this is the position of Nnamdi Kanu, but the dynamics has changed since the time Nnamdi Kanu made this assertion. You see, there was no. Hello?
Go on, go on, go on.
If so now so talking about Samuel Ekpa now, I think it's going to be slightly difficult to say people should not go to the poll. He cannot do this unilaterally, especially if he's only talking about the southeast, and which is about Biafra not to go. I think this may bring the pressure of the military to the south.
We're having too many calls cutting into your call. That's why. So many calls coming in at the same time. We can only take very few. Go on. It is calls that are coming in. Go on.
Okay, then. Let's say what he's suggesting. If he's doing it with some other agitators like Odiduwa and some other Nigerian government to oppress citizens in different parts of the country, they don't have that manpower. But if we isolate this to the southeast, it's not going to be good for the southeast people, because therefore, in submission, for me, I think the election will probably go ahead.
Definitely, the election will definitely go ahead. The only thing it can achieve is to reduce to the barest minimum the number of votes that will be gotten in the southeast.
That's
too much call coming in.
The agitating group that would be more constructive, and it has higher chances of success. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining on this program, Akin.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be taking calls from Ndubisi, who is joining us from Oka. Hello, Ndubisi. Well, let us take this call because this call has been coming in. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Samuel, calling from Onitsha.
Samuel from Onitsha. Go on with your submission.
Okay, I'm just disappointed that people should take Simon Ekpa serious. Somebody who is in Finland enjoying his life and is telling us about war in Biafra land. He should come down here and lead the war. I mean, from all angles, it's clear that Simon Ekpa is working for our enemies. Those that are oppressing us, he is working for them. It's clear. I don't know if he can speak on our people. That he'll be in Finland, commanding us here, destroying our economy. Every month, sit at home. What have we achieved from Monday? Sit at home, orchestrated by Simon Ekpa. So I think our people need to think twice. Simon never meant well for Biafrans. He is doing his business there. Maybe our enemies have bought him over, giving as long as his recent videos, he is getting fat and fat. If he is worried about our situation, he would be getting fat. So he might be getting money from our enemies and spoiling our. Anyway, I will look listen to radio instead of giving it to reality. Reality on ground is that we are Biafrans and we want our freedom, but we will do it in a proper way. We do it in a way that we will achieve it. We don't need to rush it and make mistake again. We have fought before. It happened. It went the way it went. If we must fight again, we must be sure that it's going to be a fight which our enemies will come and kill us again. So we need to follow the right approach and achieve our freedom. Right
Okay.
now,
All right. Now, before I let you go, I think I remembered you. I think I remembered this voice. I think you met me Sunday. I was doing a video somewhere around federal housing.
yes.
Okay, you are the person because I recognize that voice.
Yeah.
One of our fans and followers. Okay, and you made a statement then. I want you to quickly use this opportunity to highlight that statement you made concerning the appointment in military and the rest of them, and how the southeast or the southern part of Nigeria have been subjugated.
Okay. In that aspect, we all know what is happening in Nigeria, how the politics are played, and we know that there are people who are hell bent on how to separate us all the more. So we shouldn't be giving them that avenue to do it all the more. Like now, we assume that it is the will of God that somebody from our side will be the president. So we do everything possible to make sure that he will become the president, because we know how he performed in our state, Anambra State, and we have known the kind of person he is. So we don't need to take chances. Anybody that is saying no election is working against P2B and working against Biafrans. So let us not be the way of what happened in the past. What happened in the past is for us to learn from that.
But your statement saying that anybody that is working against B2B is working against Biafra. Are you supporting the position of the man who said that a vote for P2B is a vote for Biafra?
No, not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that P2B being a Biafran, that will be a Nigerian president. At least we open up a level playing ground. Our business will thrive. Our economy will be better. P2B is for Nigeria, just like yourself that is talking about good governance. P2B is for good governance. What I say that P2B is the Biafran doesn't mean that he will succeed. No, that he is our people. He can listen to us when he becomes president.
Of course. P2B being a Biafran is not a crime, and just as much as Atiku is an Arewa and the Tinubu is an Oduduwa, so it's a simple thing.
Yes.
So because some of the people who are buying into this narrative of the APC or the PDP trying to
before I go, I have an advice for my people.
All right, a quick one so that we can take other people's call.
Okay, I'll be fast. My advice is this: let us ask ourselves, the way we are approaching this very Biafra issue, is it the way we will get it? Let's and think deeply. The way we are saying no election, no business on Mondays, is it the way we are going to get Biafra? Is it possible?
The simple answer there, my brother, we've been advocating for a political process. Self-determination is the right for our people to agitate for it. But the manner and the way at which we are going about is counterproductive. It's not even going towards freedom. Okay, it's going towards more suppression of our people.
Yes.
Okay.
Our economy.
When we have regional authority or restructuring of this country, whereby every region will thrive, the south, the east, the north, the west, every region will thrive. But when you have a system of which APC have made it clear that they to help with restructuring, so what will you gain when you help them to go back to power and make the life of everyone miserable? Thank you very much, Samuel. Let us take other callers. Thank you. God bless you. So we're still live on Direct This System EVI Channel 1, and we're on Matters Arising, talking about the no election. From the whole analysis and from the calls and the voice of the people whom you have heard so far, is pointing towards one direction, that those who want to stop election are working for the enemies of Biafra. Those who are, working to ensure that the Biafran people, as much as other Nigerians, like the Oduduwas and the Arewas in Nigeria, are continuously being subjugated. Okay? So that is it. That is it. And I believe strongly that so far so good, people have been able to understand. People have been able to see clearly the agendas of both PDP and APC working with these people. And as an advice to those who might try to, buy into that narrative, do not buy into that narrative. The best you can do for yourself as a Biafran, if you are not interested to be part of the electoral process, just stay on your own. Do not carry out any plan or carry out any activity directed to stopping other people from exercising their own right. It is criminal. And that is why some people, when they come up to say, hey, they are killing us, they are doing this, they are doing that against you, against the Biafran people, it's because you opened up the door and made yourself a target by carrying out criminal activities in the name of Biafran. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Kenneth, and I'm calling from Nigeria.
Go ahead, Kenneth.
All right. First of all, I want to appreciate for this program. I think we are having this kind of program all this now. A whole lot of our people. It is a line of education about this matter. Now, I want to be a member of the I'm an indigenous person of the other, not a member of the FED or association called IPOB that was registered by Nnamdi Kanu in London, who claimed to swear allegiance or claimed to have had an oath. Because I hear a lot of people saying something like, "Are you an oath? Are you an oath member? Did you take oath?" There was a time there was an issue with Simon Epa and a few people, and they were saying this man had gone himself, Nnamdi Kanu disciple. Did he take oath to be a member of the IPOB and all that kind of thing? So when you are a member of a group that requires you should take oath or swear allegiance to a particular individual as well, go ahead. That group cannot be said to have an objective for the political good of the people. So that aside, I want us to look at something here. You are talking about referendum, and you forget, before you are given the privilege of participating in a referendum, you must have to identify yourself as a citizen of a country. Now, the people agitating for Biafra, you mostly hear them say things like, I am not a Nigerian, I'm a Biafran, I'm not a Nigerian. In other words, they have technically differentiated themselves from being Nigerian. So if finally the United Nations says, let's conduct a referendum, who will participate in the referendum? You cannot be a citizen of no nation and expect to participate in a referendum. First of all, you must acknowledge yourself as a Nigerian, and then as a Nigerian, choose not to be acknowledged as a Nigerian. If there are more people who are able to successfully create that number to give evidence that they don't want to be part of the country, then they are acknowledged as part of the country you want to be part of. Now, my problem with this man called Simon Epa is that he keeps making the Biafra struggle look more like militant. Why do I say so? The members of the RTD say they are a freedom fighting organization that do not bear arms. So I'm beginning to wonder, how do a group of people work to stop elections, which is a federally executed mandate? How do they work to stop an election from happening? Since they don't bear arms, how are they going to do it?
No, he made mention of guerrilla warfare. How can you engage in guerrilla warfare without arms?
I know you said this, but I'm just bringing the question from the reverse end. You say you are you said you are not an arm-carrying militant organization, yet you are threatening to stop an election. Then how do you intend to stop an election without arms? That means if you're going to carry arms, it means what the Nigerian state have been saying about the group, that they are a terrorist organization. We were surprised, not because we are carrying arms, but because we want to the Nigerian and currently, whether we or not, we are a terrorist organization in Nigeria. So let's not be denied of this to see us as exactly what people are. For you to say there will be no election in Ghana, it means you are denying people the right to participate in an election, which is their constitutional mandate. and you are appearing before the international community as an individual who is doing to your own people what you claim to the international community and Nigeria is doing to you. So I appeal to the people in the Southeast. This man that says he is going to organize a guerrilla warfare has no army anywhere except you. You are going to get the army. Where are you going to get the guns? Even to get the guns. What is the rationale behind the fight? The rationale behind the fight is that you're going to carry out an action about something you have no understanding how it started, not also during the time when all these aggression started. So the people in the Southeast, I'm not saying they should go for election. If they want to go for election, they can sit at their houses. But like the Oduduwa Nation people are doing, Professor Ivan just said, that people can go ahead with his mandate to be a president, that they themselves doing Yoruba Nation should also go ahead and do their own. That they will not stop him from doing what they want to do. Neither should he back to stop them. That is how it should be. If this man in Finland fully really believes in his agitation, if he really believes that there is anything noble about his agitation, then let his agitation win the popular emotion of people. Let us know the positive about his agitation and then start to follow it. But when you're trying to bend everybody's back into following an agitation, simply because you are going to arm your people to become leaders of that thing, then the government you approach it is nothing but it. I said this man in Finland some time ago said that he approached the Finland government with a document for their agitation. I have not seen anything anywhere that this man actually approached the Finland government, because I got the Finland government about a number of issues. I want to start it. If I from sometimes in Finland, equally there was a time any woman approached them concerning their solution, and they said they don't understand what I'm talking about. That is like man some time ago when they said they are done for you, they are done for imagination, and all those things finally come to be found by. This one is Finland like something. So why? If they really want agitation, let them come out and do a proper work, and then get people from the community to stop them. Let them come telling us they are being this and that about their agitation, and in the end, finally they're talking stuff. And that's it. What are they going to let you do? Do you think that the senior player, asking for a solution to be problem to this man had a TV when he was trying to explain the reason why he wrote at the best set to the president of Nigeria, appealing for political solution to be looked into. The man does it. Why do they think that till now, despite the United Nations has asked for this man's release, that this man has not been released, and there is nothing that United Nations about it, because that's the solution. Well, that's not. That's the in the end of Nigeria. Our people there should understand one thing. The problem of labor cannot be possible if you are going out of the way you're going about. You must look to the Lord and have a faith to conduct the end before it's not given to you. We need an election in Biafra in order to be able to address a lot of political issues that we people have been getting wrong from the 1950s when the election started. It is our problem, our fault, of the not the Fulani to the outside. They will have to be ahead of every other region in Nigeria in terms of politics. It is our creed and our inability to use this as we have been that should stop. Now we have somebody from Igbo that virtually everyone in the country has accepted, and we still don't acknowledge something like that. So people claim that and that must start whatever it is, and not serious. Yes, they are serious. Let them ask you to come here and use the agitation. That's the way to stop. Igbo is right here on ground. The people that are rather the Yoruba Nation are right on ground. All the people about are right on ground. The people from the middle belt are also right on ground. If the people here are saying it is like it is honestly, I think they are the maddest set of people.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you have made a very wonderful submission. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
That will be the last call we take tonight, and we've stretched beyond our thing on Matters Arising today. Don't forget that we'll be coming live again on other programs, Political Review and Matters Arising, from Monday to Fridays, evening time between 6, 7, 8, 9. That's when we'll be going live, and it will be nice if you join us and be part of what we're doing. The network is quite bad, so that's why I'll be ending the program right now, so that maybe we'll come back again on Monday and continue in other issues that concerns our people. This is BVI Channel 1, and I will continue